Okay. So Paul Solaris said collaboration allows us to know more than we're capable of knowing by ourselves. So thanks so much for joining. In less than 15 minutes, I'll be sharing with you 4 ways how collaboration can help your business. Like and share this video if you get value from it, or you can also drop a heart if you're listening to this on the podcast. So thanks so much for joining again. I'm Dr. P. I'm a strategic business coach, and I've been a school psychologist for about 10 years in K 12 schools in the US, both the East and the West Coast. And I really enjoy doing what I'm doing. And I've also served on professional organization committees at the national level and the international level, even at the state level. And I've been an adjunct faculty, a part time professor for a master's psychology program. So I really love teaching, coaching, mentoring, collaborating with others. And this really brings home the topic I want to talk about today, which is collaboration. So Paul Solaris said, collaboration allows us to know more than we're capable of knowing by ourselves. And I can safely say from my own experience that that is so true because I know working as a school psychologist in different school districts, different schools, even working in professional organization committees for various psychology associations, I really saw that power of collaboration, saw that firsthand. And here's the thing, it's great when you have an idea. It really is. And don't even talk about when you think your idea is so awesome, absolutely awesome. It's the best idea ever, right? And then there comes a point when you actually have to implement that idea. And when you start implementing it, you have to look at the actions that you have to take. And that takes that idea from stop being a thought in your head to actually being reality. So when you start doing that, at least I found when I started to do that, is that you start to discover things that you hadn't thought about, and there were challenges that you didn't know about until you actually started planning it out, like what steps you were going to take and how you were going to get there. So that's where I really found that collaboration. And with that collaboration, it help me to actually see some of the things that I was missing because I started thinking, not just thinking, but I started seeing like resources, materials, infrastructure that I would need that was beyond what I already had. And in order to do that, I had to collaborate with others so that I could accomplish what I wanted to accomplish. And as you're doing that, you're collaborating with others, at least for me, as I was collaborating with others, I started to learn about things that I was unaware of. And then I learned other ways of looking at the situation. And when it came to solving problems, I was able to get different perspectives on how to solve a problem. And it wasn't just what I was thinking about doing, but I got to learn a different way in which to do that. So those are some of the things I benefited from with collaboration. And the thing is that I never would have found out those alternatives, those different ideas, those solutions, or even learn and be educated on certain things if I hadn't collaborated with others. Because I realized I can't think of every possible action that needs to happen when you're executing the idea. And when I collaborated with others, those people helped me to see the things I was missing and also to realize that the 3 actions I was taking wasn't necessarily 3 actions I needed to take. I could have had, there was a simpler way of doing it. So those are some of the things I benefited from with collaboration. And not to mention that when I collaborated with others, it was also building a network and getting to know people. And when things come up in the future, I was able to rely on contact those same people for some other ideas or to just send business their way or they sent business my way, whichever one. But it was building that network and growing that network. And again, that's part of the benefit of being, doing the collaboration. So if you're like me and you're running a business and relying heavily on being online, then collaboration is really important because think of the many groups that you are actually active in. I'm not talking about the groups that you sign up for on LinkedIn, on Facebook, but those groups that you actually put up a post, those groups where you actually respond to posts, you give a comment, you actually have discussion. Maybe even those groups that you join, and from being in those groups, you were able to meet other people and connect with those people. And now you're expanding your network because of that dialogue that you were having in those groups. So that was happening, and you're starting to collaborate with others because as you're responding, you are answering their questions. They might be answering your question. You're learning about information. You're sharing information, sharing some stuff about your products, your services, and again, you're building that network. So again, the topic for today is collaboration. So I want to share with you 4 ways why collaboration can be very helpful for you. And I kind of mentioned them as I was going through. And the first one is education, because education is powerful. I believe that education is very, very powerful. And you can learn so much and you can take that information so far. So when I collaborate with others, I really enjoy learning about something I didn't know before, because in collaborating with others, I got to find out about a book, an article, or a blog that contained information that I needed to be aware of in order to help me with the situation that I was in. And it also gave me some suggestions. But I would not have learned about that resource necessarily unless I wasn't without collaborating with that person, right? So then best thing is that now I have this book, this article, this blog that I can keep as a resource and also share with others. So you get to learn from others, and not just them pointing you in the direction of a resource, but you get to also learn about their product and about their service and how they have things set up. And you might learn something about marketing that you didn't necessarily realize you can apply to your business, or just how your business is structured, about your vision statement, your mission statement, your goals, your values. Thing is that you can learn so much through collaboration. Then the second one I wanted to talk about was growing your network. And as I mentioned before, with collaborating, and get to grow my network, get to meet people and interact with others, learn about what they're doing, and they learn about what I'm doing. And if you didn't already know this, collaborating is going to be a part of your journey as an entrepreneur, being successful, because you got to get out there and you got to connect with others. And especially if you're a solopreneur, you got to get out there and connect with others, because there's not everything you're going to be able to do on your own. So when you reach out to others and you're making those connections, you get to broaden your network in a way that you hadn't imagined. And as you broaden your network, I really suggest you have a way where you can actually remember the people that you're connecting with, and what you remember them mostly for, like their product, their service, whatever it was that they shared with you, so that when something happens in the future, you actually know who you're going to reach back out to so that you can get the help. Just find a way of tracking who those people are, because again, when you make those connections, that person might remember your product, your service, and they might also share your product or service with somebody else, and then you get new customers, right? So that's another one of the benefits. You grow your network. And something that I also found as an entrepreneur is that when you can collaborate with others, then you end up finding out about their product and their service. And guess what? You can end up building bundles with those people. And because you're building that alliance with them, you can build a bundle with those people, and they're in your network. So then it's not just beneficial for you, but it's beneficial for you and those people you're collaborating with. Because whatever you're going to bundle together, y'all are going to be so powerful that you're even more marketable to the audiences that you're reaching out to. And if you're not into doing the bundles with a collaboration, you might also be able to build up an affiliate program or a referral program without those people that you're collaborating with. Whatever it is, just think about sharing your product and your service, and just see if the person is going to be open to building a bundle or having that affiliate referral program. You never know, and you won't know until you actually ask a question and actually engage in that collaboration with someone else. The third reason why collaboration can help your business is that with collaboration, you can get help with solving problems. Because again, if you are an entrepreneur, you're in this by yourself, you're working from home, and you don't necessarily have a team readily available. Because I know, like working in schools, I was able to have access to a team, that you can problem solve with. Even when you're on a committee for a professional organization, you have team members, committee members that a problem comes up, you can reach out to them so that you can kind of brainstorm on what's happening and get some ideas for the problem solving. With collaborating, you can do that as well as an entrepreneur. You can collaborate with others, and you can go through that problem solving process. Because sometimes when we look at the problem over and over and over, we could be missing something. And like I mentioned earlier, with collaborating, I was able to be made aware of an alternative of interpreting the situation or a different way of solving the problem, and even simpler steps for the actions I was looking at taking. So again, I wouldn't have gotten those alternatives if I hadn't reached out and collaborated with others to share about what I was going through and to ask questions and to be open to the information that they were sharing. Because here's the thing, you can reach out to others, but if you're not open about receiving that information, then what really was the point in you reaching out to others, right? You got to be open to it. And you will be amazed at some of the alternatives that other people can share with you that you hadn't already thought about. Then the fourth one, I remember I said I want to share 4 ways that collaboration can help you with your business. The fourth one is, ready? It can save you money. And the thing is, we all like to save money here and there, right? And so with saving money is through collaboration. You might find someone that you could co-host an event with, or co-host a webinar with, or you can develop a course together, an online training course, some type of project. And you might not have thought about that as you started, reaching out to that person, having a Zoom call or a telephone call, and you started talking with someone, building up that relationship and having that collaboration going. You might not have thought about, hey, when you went into that you were going to come out with a co-host or somebody you can have an event with, or co-produce a webinar, co-design a webinar with. But you never know until you start talking to the person and building those connections, because then you can also end up building some partnerships, and you can combine your money so that both of you might be able to take your business ideas that are very similar, your vision and your mission that are very similar. You might be able to partner up now and create a bigger, better business that benefits both of you. But that is something that you wouldn't know unless you actually get out there and collaborate with others. And another way that it can save you money is that with collaborating with others, you might even find out about a way where you can have a massive discount on some venue for an event you want to have, on a promotional item, on a resource, on something that you wanted for your business, but you would not have found that out unless you started along the lines of collaborating with others. So these are just some of the ways that collaboration are beneficial, and I'm talking about ones that I have found to be very beneficial in my own experiences. And here's what I would suggest. Don't go into collaborating just to see what you're going to get out of it. Don't. Because we're all entrepreneurs. We all want our business to be successful. We don't want people to come and just take advantage. You want to go into the collaboration to build a genuine relationship. Be open and be honest and share information. Don't go into this just so you can take. That's not collaborating. So remember to go into it being open, honest, and willing to share information. There are tons of opportunities out there waiting for you that are going to be from the benefit of collaborating, but you're not going to know them until you get out there and actually collaborate with others. So here's my tip. Start collaborating if you haven't already started. So want to learn more, message me and I'll share more information with you. Thanks so much for joining. Remember, solutions plus actions equals results. Thanks so much. Bye.